In the technology assignment for lesson 7, we are asked to write a formula for calculating the monthly payment on a car. And here was that formula. We had the rate divided by the number of months in a year. We had our initial payment, or how much the car cost. And then we have 1 plus, then we have the rate, that percentage interest rate, divided by 12, and we raised that to the number of months that we were taking out the loan for. And we said 3 years, so that was 36 months. Divided by, we have 1 plus, then we have the rate, that interest rate, divided by the number of months, so divided by 12. And then the total number of months that we're taking out the loan for, 36 months, and then we subtract 1. We want to be careful that we follow order of operations, and we include all of the parentheses that are here. And we want to also include an additional set of parentheses around the numerator and also around the denominator. So I'm going to go ahead and start by putting into Excel. I'm going to put equals to put in my formula, and I'm going to put in a set of parentheses. That's the first set, that's going to be that extra set of parentheses around the numerator. And then I'm going to start typing in my formula. So I'm going to put a set of parentheses, and we want this to be a dynamic formula, so that we can change the rate from 3% to 4% to 5% or whatever the interest rate that is that we want to use. So instead of typing in 0.03, I'm going to click in the cell that contains that rate. And we can change the rate later if we want. I'm going to say divided by 12. So if you look at my formula, you notice I have equals and I have parentheses. And then another parentheses, and this is, remember, that extra set of parentheses for the numerator. And then the second parentheses there is starting to type in my formula. We're going to divide that by 12, then I'm going to hit close parentheses. Times, then I'm going to hit 10,000. Well, actually, I don't want to hit 10,000. Parentheses, this is the cost of the car, and I want to be able to change that if I want to in my formula in Excel. So I'm going to click on 10,000, and that's going to type in B3. So whatever I put into B3, that's going to be that cost of the car. I can change that if I want. And then I'm going to say times, and I'm going to type it in as I see it, 1 plus, and then the rate. Remember, the rate is in cell B2, divided by 12. Close parentheses, and then I'm going to hit my little caret symbol, say raise that to the power of, and we want to be able to change the number of years that we want to pay off the car. So instead of putting in 36 months as a hard, fast number, I'm going to go ahead and click in the cell B1, and then I can change 36 to be anything I want, and this will calculate that monthly payment. And we're going to close the parentheses here for the numerator. So that's everything in the numerator, that extra set of parentheses at the beginning and the end of the numerator. Then I'm going to say divided by, and once again I'm going to put in an extra set of parentheses for the numerator. So when I come and look at the formula, I have a parentheses again, so I'm going to hit parentheses. I'm going to say 1 plus, and there's that rate again, so I'm going to click in cell B2, divided by 12, close parentheses. I want to raise that to the power of 36, which, remember, we said that's the number of months, and we want to be able to change that, so I'm just going to click in cell B1. And then I'm going to say minus 1, and then we're going to close the parentheses, that extra set of parentheses around the denominator. So this is what the formula looks like when everything is typed in. So we, instead of writing 0.03, we typed in B2. Instead of writing 10,000, we typed in B3. And then instead of writing 36, we typed in B1. So we're going to hit enter. And in the book, it tells us what our answer should be for that monthly payment. So $290.81 would be the monthly payment. If we chose to pay off our car in 3 years, so 36 months at an interest rate of 3%, and if the car costs $10,000. Let's say that we change that. Let's say that I get a higher interest rate than that. Let's say that I get an interest rate of actually 7%. So I'll type in 0.07, and then we can see that my monthly payment would rise by a little bit there, a little bit more than $300. And let's say that I pay off my car instead of 3 years. Let's say that I take 5 years to pay off my car. So that would be 60 months. And because I'm taking a longer time, taking out a longer loan, my payment would go down to $198. Let's say I want to do 4 years, so I would type in 48 months, and my payment would go up to $239.46. Let's say that I get a more expensive car. I could do that too. Let's say I got a car that costs $25,000. I could type that amount in, and I could see my payment would jump up quite a bit to about $600.